his boxing shorts, boxer shorts, and he was, you know, he was showing a little bit of the man boobs. And the headline said, "The Butcher of Sagdad." Sagdad? Butcher of Sagdad. I didn't think it'd be possible feeling sympathy for that son of a bitch, murderer. I was like, oh, come on. It's cruel and unusual punishment. This is where I hope, what I want to do, I want to find common ground with everybody, okay? So you can agree or disagree about those nefarious means. What I'd like to propose is that we would have gotten the same information sooner, more effectively, and possibly without the loss of so much human life if we had just understood human nature a little bit better and substituted one aquatic sounding adventure for another. If instead of waterboarding Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, we had instead chosen to motorboat. Sounds like you're familiar with motorboating, huh? I'll give you my definition. Nonetheless, it is the case of the rapid-fire assault to a human face, usually male but not always, a pair of human breasts, usually female, but not always. If anybody saw my 2007 match with Big Daddy V, talking about. But I was a victim of another motorboating incident. It was in Germany, and you should have to, I hopefully I've earned your trust. I mean, I spoke to those guys with respect before I played Kurt Angle's music for them. Hopefully I've earned that trust up here. You have to trust me when I say that some of professional wrestling may, in certain circumstances, be predetermined. Maybe. I'm saying it is. Maybe. Trust me when I tell you that some of pro wrestling is not predetermined at all. So when I was in Germany with TNA, serenading TNA Knockout Awesome Kong with a German love song in German, it may have been predetermined. I may have learned the verses to those words, including the last lyric, "Weißt nicht, wie gut ich dir bin," which means, "Don't you understand how good we can be together?" I may have learned that in preparation. And when I turned to the audience and they sang the chorus, and sing along if you want, "Ja, ja, 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 weiß nicht, wie gut ich dir bin." I turned around, and Awesome Kong flattened me. Just left me laying and walked away, humiliated. I had no idea that another wrestler in the back, Bubba Ray Dudley, was going to take it upon himself to cheer me up with the help of vivacious, unbelievable TNA knockout, Velvet Sky. We might throw that word knockout around a little too frequently, but in this case it was appropriate. She was one of, you guys have seen her, right? She lets those pigeons loose. It's unbelievable. Beautiful, vivacious young lady, and she was turned around to me and she was like, "Hey, are you okay, man? Can you be okay?" I was like, this is pretty cool, getting the attention of a beautiful woman. Then I heard Brother Ray say the one word, compound word that would change my life. He said, "Motorboat." And Velvet said, "What?" And I said, "What?" And Bubba Ray channeled like his inner Vince McMahon, and he said, "Motorboat." And he wouldn't take no for an answer. I don't honestly know if he would have taken no for an answer. I never actually said no. The word got caught in the back of my throat like, and before I could get it out, the assault was upon me. Velvet Sky started hitting me rapidly with her boobs. Each side of my face like a machine gun. Left, right, left breast, right breast, left breast, right breast. It reminded me in an odd way of my classic confrontations with the 450-pound monster wrestler, Vader. Not because of the man boobs, because Vader at that time was simply the hardest hitting, stiffest wrestler in pro wrestling history. According to Wrestler Honor, and again, you can believe this or not, hopefully I've earned that trust, you can hit each other as hard as you want in that ring, as long as it's not to the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the jaw. And Vader took full advantage of that code of honor, and he would tee off on people. I swear to you, when wrestlers in WCW, like the beginning wrestlers, the enhancement wrestlers, when they would see their name on the chalkboard against Vader, they would retire. They would just leave. Say, I don't think this business is for me, man. I can understand why, because you get me in the corner. Boom, 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 boom. But I had wrestled enough, I had enough experience that I knew that if I could give with the punches, get into that rhythm of the left and the right, the left and the right, I could give and avoid some of the punishment. But what Vader would do is, as I was learning to give, he would then change it up and hit me like, boom, 4 times with the right. Boom, 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 boom. That's pretty much what Velvet Sky was doing to me with her breasts. Just laying it in, man. I took an areola to the eye that would have dropped a lesser man. See my knees buckle. The main difference was when I wrestled Vader, I hated every minute of those forearms to the head, and I hoped and even prayed that it would end as quickly as possible. The Velvet Sky, honestly, I loved every single second of that. Fucking tits, man. It would never end. Never end. Here I was, a married man. I understood on a certain level, even as I'd be tattooed repetitively with this beautiful, gorgeous hunks. What I was doing was wrong. I understood that I was at a TNA house show, which meant there were literally dozens of witnesses. That's just not right. And yet, the moment she walked away, I finally got that word out of my throat. I went, no! Don't ever leave me! And then she did. That's when I redefined what torture meant to me. I hope our world leaders are listening. Torture is not something terrible you do to a human being with the threat of happening again. Torture is something absolutely wonderful you do to a human being, and I hope you 5 or 6 ladies in the audience are listening. You can get a lot of stuff if you play your cards right. Something absolutely wonderful you do to a human being with the threat of never doing it again. Most men, I have a weakness for boobs. How many women are there here today? But every time a woman approached my table, I was a complete gentleman. I never asked for any type of physical touching, but I hoped against hope that women would say, hey, can I get a cuddle? Which I would instantly channel the sensitivity and feeling in my body to my left shoulder. Lean into it just a little bit. And hope that I could feel a little precious boobie. This young lady named Rachel here, she of the tattoos that Marty made fun of, she asked for a hug and put her arms out. And I realized this was like the Shangri-La of incidental physical contact. And I hugged her as hard as I could, that rear double boobie against the chest. It was like one of those TV shows where they're trying to wiretap a criminal on a phone call, and you need to make the conversation go on just long enough. That's what I was doing with my mental photograph. And she held on, I went, ow! You're in this bank. Once you're in, Rachel, it's pretty tough to get out. Pretty tough. Back to Munich, Germany. Those fans saw the most hideous thing of all. They saw a man who had entered the ring as a certifiable hardcore legend turn before their very eyes in a startling metamorphosis, like watching the Incredible Hulk turn back into Bruce Banner. Like watching your Uncle Lou's erection subside when he gets out of the shower. No one here has an Uncle Lou? Too much info? What these people saw was even worse. They saw a certifiable hardcore legend turn before their very eyes into Kate Winslet at the end of the Titanic, when Leo DiCaprio drifts tragically but quite handsomely to the bottom of the frigid North Atlantic when she said, "Come back! Come back! Come back!" You know, it's sad. I don't mean to leave you guys on a sad note. Hey, Chris, how are we doing for time?
I think, we get the mic up there. Ooh, I didn't really need that, but I'll use it anyway. I think there might be time to take a few questions.
Well, can I just say real quickly? I feel driven. This will just take a moment. I just want to express maybe the saddest song I've ever heard, and then we'll take some questions, and maybe we'll get a cheerful thing.
We've got some lighting for this as well, I think.
Okay.
Take stage for you.
Yeah. This is the saddest song I've ever heard. I'd like to sing it for you. Sing along if you want. Oh, Mandy, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away. Oh, Mandy, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, but I need you today. Come on, sing along one more time. Oh, Mandy, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away. Oh, Mandy, but I need you today. Wow, that's good, man. That's good. I always wish there'd be like a sequel to that song, ways I could find out if she returned to him. And I decided that, like, Barry Manilow, singer of the song, he couldn't answer that. It had to be answered in a woman's voice. And so I've been thinking about how that might sound to me. And it goes like this. Oh, Barry, I came and I gave without taking, but you sent me away. Oh, Barry, I kissed you, I stopped you from shaking, and you need me today. Oh, Barry. Wait. You sent me away. You sent me away? What did you snapped your fingers and like I was your dog, like I was at your service? Hey, go away! Go away! Listen here, you ungrateful bastard, Barry! You no good son of a bitch! Remember that time I walked in and I saw you shaking on the floor? You were sitting there shaking! Shaking! As far as I know, there's only 4 reasons why a human being shakes, Barry. Hypothermia, epilepsy, taking heroin, or they're just a fucking pussy. I was thinking to myself, which one are you? Which one are you, Barry? So I walked over and I started kissing him. But he just kept on shaking. He didn't explain that in the song, did he? He didn't tell the whole story. You want to know the whole story right now? The whole story is I put your balls in my mouth. They were hairy. I swished them around. Oh, Barry. Flesh gargle with you. Oh, Barry.